All right, welcome to the program. My name is Dr. Mankota. Um, Today we'll get a very short and nice discussion, and I just want for make sure the people them we always willing for watch. Then we'll get the best. Let me just see here if I were able for do them again. I think say here. Um, Let me just send this. Is it coming? All right, welcome, Mr. Kabo. Okay, I'm having trouble with Facebook. Why? Why Facebook is not going live? Huh? Why Facebook is not going live? Mm, yeah, there's a problem with Facebook. Hold on, guys. Let me see if I can. Let me edit this. Ah, let me remove Facebook. Let me add a group. Connect. Just give me 1 minute. Facebook is not going through. I start forget this was it last week when my Facebook just went off. Maybe somebody is playing with me. Let me try. Well, it is connected. It stays connected, but why is it not? Um, it said connected. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but Facebook is out. Um, I didn't know that that was the case. Uh, it says connected, but still, it is. This user cannot create a live video. All right, somebody say something on the. Let me see. Um, I don't know. Today probably I'm gonna just do it on. You know what? Let me send this to. Let me route the people then from the YouTube channel to Facebook. Hopefully that's go able for okay. Hopefully this. Yeah, I have some issues with Facebook broadcast. Okay, I'm gonna post this. All right, so let's go ahead and start the program because I just route YouTube directly to Facebook. I will see if that actually works. If it doesn't work, then my Facebook account is having some issues, unfortunately. But let we go ahead. Okay, okay. I see an on our Facebook, but through YouTube. Okay, I see an on our Facebook, but through YouTube. Hold on. Share. No. This Facebook. Hold on. Let me see if this is Facebook. All right. Yeah. I can see it now. But how can I share? Oh, okay. See it now. All right. I think I will share. Okay, I got it. So now just give me 1 minute to get up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I just want to apologize. I'm not able to connect directly through Facebook. So, but I was able to add Facebook out and through the YouTube. So that's the situation. But I know say the Facebook folks are also able for see now. Some of them, hopefully. Some of them are able for see now. Now, what's the topic for today got to do with very important but a funny topic to say the least. We all know say waiting they happen at Sierra Leone today is becoming a very, very dangerous situation wherein the advent of social media don't create a very toxic environment for we society. I'm talking about Sierra Leone, okay? Social media is a toxic environment, to be honest with you. It gets advantages wherein it able allow people for instantaneously communicate. It make communication very easy. But at the same time, that access and easy communication, they come with a lot of problem for an emerging society like Sierra Leone. The junk don't pass mark na social media. We don't get too much junk na social media. I don't know. So quite recently, there was a letter where Mr. Kagwano, okay. Okay. Mr. Gabo, if you're ready, just put your hand up so that how they bring you come. All right. So quite recently, there was a letter purportedly written by the ICC. This letter indicates the ICC want to talk to President Madabio. All right. This letter don't bring a lot of confusion in the minds of a lot of folks. The letter, let me read the letter for Una because the letter down in this. Let me just read. The letter says, the Office of the Prosecutor of the International Criminal Court, the ICC, presents its compliments to the Republic of Sierra Leone. Reference is made to the 78th session of the United Nations General Assembly, the UNGA, to be held at the United Nations headquarters in New York, and in particular, its general debates opening on Tuesday, the 19th September 2023. In this regard, the ICC Office of the Prosecutor respectfully requests the opportunity of a bilateral meeting between the ICC prosecutor, Karim A.A. Khan, KC, and His Excellency Mr. Julius Maada Bio, President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. In the margin of the UNGA general debate, the office attached a great importance to this meeting and hope its request can be accommodated. The office is grateful for a response to be sent to the office of the prosecutor at icc-cpi.int. The office availed itself of this opportunity to renew the Republic of Sierra Leone the assurance of its highest consideration. This is the letter where the ICC sent. Okay? And the letter this way the ICC sent. Well, what happened? This letter was published on social media. You know, even some of we're pragmatic and liberal, realize there is a problem. And some of we say this letter, if waiting, people and they talk, it purports, it's a fake letter. I said that. I said if this letter, now waiting people that they go and talk for say, they don't invite Maada Bio na the ICC for the killing of Augustine and the Pademba Road incidents. And therefore, the ICC invite Maada Bio for talk to them about that. And I happen to be correct, even though the letter itself is authentic, but the premises where people then put on social media was a fake. Then later, the Minister of Information, Mr. Ba, the new Minister of Information, he came and tried for clarify. Well, not that one no more. Before Mr. Ba came and tried for clarify, I therefore call the ICC office na The Hague for make able to confirm whether this letter which they talk about are true or not. So the first time when I call, I'm not able to get hold of anybody. The second time, well, I'm not calling it message. So a day later, somebody will identify himself from the ICC, Chris Ma. He explained to me, say, there was no letter of invitation for invite Maada Bio for crime committed in Sierra Leone. Mr. Chris says the ICC not send no letter for any pending investigation against anybody. And in fact, it's not to Maada Bio no more. It said the ICC not get any pending investigation against any Sierra Leonean. Okay, this is what you tell me. So I begin the doubts. I begin the what them call. Okay, then later now, the Minister of Information and Communication, he come out and try for clarify. Say yes, they receive a letter, but the letter where they receive, you know, get nothing to do with ICC investigation as people then they purport. They say. The letter where them receive. Well, actually, before that, on the conversation between me and Chris Ma, it tell me, it clarifies him. It said, however, them being recently sent a letter to the government of Sierra Leone through the Sierra Leone representative to the UN for saying they want to meet with Maada Bio, for make them talk to Maada Bio. And it's the reason now a normal protocol. Every time a new member is admitted to the UNGA or UNGS, the UN Security Council, then they always meet with that new member there for explain their position in terms of international peace. He said, but there is no pending investigation at all. Then Mr. Bakam, he can try for make some clarification on that too. So, well, one of the things where I want to say, ladies and gentlemen, this program is not about backbiting. This program is not about, trying to find who is wrong, who is right. This program is about education, understanding the political dynamic of Sierra Leone. That is the purpose of this program. And this program is responsible or responsibly, they strive for educate Sierra Leoneans and try for inform them about the danger of social media. Because the thing here is, it has become some kind of normalcy for Sierra Leoneans to believe anything and everything within a social media. That is very, very troubling. And it confuse people them, especially with people them where they na Sierra Leone way not able to understand the differences with between fake information and correct information. Okay, this letter creates a lot of social media buzz, and I've been see a lot of people that may jubilate. In fact, now the TPN forum, I was attacked because I say this letter, the way that they try to talk about the ACC don't invite President Bio for going to The Hague because of August 10 and the Panemba Road. I say based on the protocol of the ICC, it don't look correct. Because the ICC not just the snap and go invite somebody. No, this is not the process. And I know a lot of people don't understand the process of the ICC for invite somebody. There are a lot of processes where the ICC they follow, because the ICC is an international justice organization. They have to be very, very careful. The ICC is operating on protocol, on guidance and policies and procedures. Unlike a lot of people, the way they think, they just be saying, okay, if somebody just go say, okay, this person don't commit this crime. Let me make something clear before I even go further. Madabio, in crime the way it commits, not be prosecuted by the ICC. Madabio, the crime where it commits, for example, let's say August 10, the Panema Road, McKinney. These are things that the justice system of Sierra Leone gets oversight, then gets supreme authority, not to ICC. ICC is not the police of the world. No. Then get specific mandate and authority. And for people them, where they go on social media and they go and talk saying, well, yeah, we don't go report Madabio na the ICC. Soon Madabio will be indicted. I don't think for them people like they understand what are the processes of some of them here. They are not. And unfortunately, you get a lot of people, number of people where they buy into some of them crappy away they go on. Now, when they make a letter like this, it's easily manipulated and diverted and try for confuse people there more and more and more. It is unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. And I don't know why, but that's not the situation we'll find ourselves. Okay? So, if Madabio commits a crime, he was elected by the people. The Constitution of Sierra Leone says when a leader gain a power and he commits any crime, he is immune to that crime until he left power. If Madabio left power, the next president want for build a case against Madabio, he get the authority for do so. But until then, this nonsense where they go on social media, people then they enjoy in deceiving our people, telling our people for say, oh yeah, una know the Madabio they go na jail, na the Hague. I'm not saying no they go na jail na the Hague, but that's not the process. I see few folks na the Hague where they say they go present a letter, and they say they go present this letter, and it became clear to me that yeah, people are desperate, and I tell you for free, Madabio, you get for answer certain questions, but that's not the way Madabio get for answer question. If anything, way Madabio get for answer. So for go around telling people for say we don't go put Madabio in the Hague, we are not ready, they can indict him very recent soon. It's a waste of time. And they see people and they spend their entire energy on this myth. And you get a lot of followers. People then they follow them people here. You know. So I don't know. Mr. Kabo, what do you think? Go ahead. While at the time for forward here.
All right. Good afternoon, fellow TPN members, and good afternoon to listeners. Well, actually, some other parts of the world it's good evening or tomorrow morning. So I will say hi to everybody from Chicago, from New York. All right. That's very interesting, Mr. Mankota, with regards to this letter. But the fact of the matter remains that Madabio is a great person. He always saw he's going up and all the time. You know, why people are talking about the ICC doesn't mean that they don't know what it is about. A lot of them understand the content of the letter. A lot of them did not understand. And those who understand the content of the letter on the opposition side, I don't know if it is maybe it is actually they did it with all willingness, or they just want to disrupt. They maybe understand the content, or they don't want to talk what it is about, because Madabio, out of the 92 member states of the UN, he get a vote of 100. I mean, after 192, he got a vote of 188 in the absence of 4. He got 188. Nowhere in the history of the world that has happened. And even the 5 countries that are involved, in which Sierra Leone is one, Guyana, and other 3 others, they all had low grading. Madabio get the top grade, which is 188. So if you have 188 members of the UN countries under the United Nations supporting you to be a member of the non-security council of the United Nations, that is something huge, Mr. Mankota. But the problem is they know it is huge, or maybe they misunderstand, or they cannot follow the context, the contextual meaning of the letter. Probably that's what is lacking. They just pick what they want to pick. Some might know, and some do it deliberately, but majority don't know. So they just pick the content, and some people don't even read the letter. They don't lay hands off it because a lot of these guys cannot even read and write. They can always speak and talk on online. Some have radios, they broadcast, and all that. They think they understand. I've been following the media, and when you read the content of the letter, when you understand the content of the letter, there's no word. I'm not sure, Mr. Mankota, correct me if there's any word that says invite. The word invite, if it's mentioned in that letter throughout. Correct me if I'm wrong. I read it a long time. The
Uh,
word invite.
no, I don't see them. I just don't read them. They say they request.
Exactly. Exactly. So you see, so there's no need to contest or even to talk with these people or even to try to explain to them because their main theme there is that invite, and there's no word in the letter that says invite. I know the half-baked or whatever, those people who are very stubborn, restive, and ankle bumpy, they will tell you, say, oh, that's what they mean. The white man, when he talk to you, he know how to talk to you until he bring you in, he baits you. That's what they are saying to their listeners. The white man, when he begin to do something, he talk to you nice. He's not going to talk to you like this until he baits you until he gets you inside. So anyhow, Mr. Mankota explain or interpret this letter to them, they have their fixed understanding of that letter, especially or coincidentally when you have this executive that went to where to the Hague, and it's like a coincidence. And but fortunately, it gets closer, like 4 days or 3 days to the time these guys went there, the letter came up. You understand? So definitely, people will believe it. This is the problem. There are so many factors that made some people, especially the opposition, even the highly educated, they hold on to that letter and they believe it and they screw it up, they misinterpret it, they go out of context to create their own meaning that will make sense to their own vulnerable followers. And that's exactly what they do. If Marabio is so big enough, Salon is so big enough to be supported by 188 countries in the world, and which has never happened for the past 50 years ago. I remember in 1973, we had that council also, that non-membership for 2 years. And since then, 50 years back, along the line, Marabio got it. I mean, the guy is a hero. The guy is smart. He works hard. You don't want to hear it. The followers, the opposition, you don't want to hear it. That's not the reality. The country is getting big. Yes, and we are proud of that. The country is getting big. So if this number of countries so big and huge, richer than us, majority of them, they have the backing of Marabio as a member of the Non-Security Council of the United Nations. I think the prosecutor of the ICC, though ICC is an independent body, has nothing much to do with the United Nations, but they are very curious. They want to know what is the UN about. They communicate, though they make their decisions separately. If they decided to call on this guy, I mean, request, not even call, they are asking Mr. Madabio for an opportunity, for a chance. Please, sir, give us a chance. We want to talk to you. Why? Because it's great. It's backed by 188 countries of the United Nations. Yes, that's just the plain truth. So the guy, the prosecutor, of course, is more than proud. And guess what, Mr. Mankota and fellow listeners? Even though when people say there are others who are very intelligent who are explaining this fact that it is not about a crime, it is about him being a new member, and they're going to discuss, they're going to have get his opinion on how he feels about the war going around, about the war in Kosovo, other crimes, international crimes, and how he will contribute and what will be his opinion, if there's any correction, a corrective action, how he would like to go about it in those sense. And I'm telling you exactly, these are the things that they are looking forward to get from. The guy is very proud to meet you. Very, very proud. In fact, Monabio is bigger than the ICC because ICC is just a statute of the Rome, which in fact, five main countries are not part of it. As I'm sitting here with the Americans, we are not part of the ICC. When we commit a crime, we are tried in America. Nowhere, no country will try us. And it's an obligation. It's not, I mean, it's not an obligation. It's a wish for you to join the ICC. In fact, in Africa, one country withdrew recently, sometimes last year. You don't want to be bothered with that. It's not bound by the UN. They have their own system. It's just that it is an organization or an institution of its own, and the UN goes with all these things alike, and they are also curious. So now coming to and the UN General Assembly in September, the ICC thought it wise that we're going to ask a request, and we're going to make a request to see the president because he's going to be a very busy guy. And that's why most times when the president travels, they come with a good number of administrative officers from his own party and even or the opposition party. They come with them to the UN because at lunchtime, and the UN has so many specialized agencies, at lunchtime, there are other programs, protocols that are to be observed from one end to the other. The president alone cannot go from one meeting to the other within lunchtime, within the little time they have. There are meetings, petty meetings going around. Well, not necessarily petty. UNESCO, UNDP, World Bank, this or whatever that's attached to the United Nations. So the president will ask his entourage that he already have the schedule. He has it. Whoever, when they come in, who will attend this meeting, who will attend this meeting, who will attend that meeting, so that all these meetings should be attended and Sierra Leone doesn't lose or miss any of these meetings. He may not even be there. He might assign somebody to go there. But I'm sure Madadio is a proud guy in the sense that I'm not saying the proud of the Sierra Leonean meaning. I mean, a guy who has respect for authority and who is always proud for his country to be to be up there. He is really going to be ready to meet this guy, this Khan. He's going to meet him definitely because that's a big boost for Sierra Leone. So the reason you're getting all these ups and downs, all these smarts down, this wacko guy is going about, the guy is going to be arrested. First of all, Madadio didn't commit a crime. He didn't commit a crime in Sierra Leone. There are situations in Sierra Leone, but they are not crimes. And if there's any crime to those people, I was saying, Mr. Mangota or fellow listeners, with my own common sense, those people who tender those documents in the Hague, if there's any first witness, first person or first witness or first accused, will be their spokesman in Holland. He's going to be the first witness. And he's going to be the first accused, if at all these things will come up. Because he's the number one witness who everybody is going to be focused on. So he's like, if this case comes, it's like he's reporting himself. Here am I. Because everybody knows that. I don't know how to release this audios of igniting trouble in Sierra Leone every day for 5 years, 365 days. Sometimes you release 2. So what evidence do you want? To tell people to go out with stones and rocks and bomb this and do this, kill the police. So we don't even need evidence. So we pray, I mean, you guys be praying there, so it don't even come like what you think. But what you're thinking is wrong. But at the same point, Madadio is excelling every day. Is exactly what we want him to do. And in fact, he's doing more than that. So when he came in the first years before as a military, he came as I always tell you, he came as a hero. Now, from 2018 to now, up to 2028, he is a maverick. So within these two extremes, that's why we're working with him. And we are well represented. be sure Sierra Leone is going to be better.
All right.
And that's what I can tell you.
Yeah, let's talk about the ICC itself because the ICC has become something of forget about Sierra Leone being invited or something like that. That is not the case. What are they not established for say Sierra Leone not
It
gets no
was not
case.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
Sierra Leone not gets no case now the ICC as of today, and we don't know when that get for change if it go ever change. But now we talk about the ICC. The ICC when the they try for form the ICC, it was a very good idea. Um, but I mean there is some people where been they get skepticisms about the ICC. For say the ICC is not an international justice system. They say the ICC is just another colonial tool for continue for suppress and depress the developed country. And looking at um, the practices of the ICC from that time day to now, unfortunately, the ICC is meant for continuing for control the developing underdeveloped country like Africa and some parts now the Balkan states. Let me show you guys what are they talk about. Okay. All right. This now the cases them way the ICC don't prosecute and pending investigations and something like that. You get about 16 defendants them where they at large, where they don't indict. Let we look. Okay. Let we look at them people here. You see the people then where the ICC don't indict. And there is a reason why I want for showing at this. Al Bashir Umar Hassan Ahmed, black, well, black Arab. You get Banda Abakar Nourain Abdullah, na African. And Barasa Walter Asapiri, na African from Kenya. They're not put in picture. Now also Beth Philip Kipoki, also African from Kenya. Gaddafi Saif Al-Islam, African from Libya. Georgi Vevich Sanakov David, this na Georgia, na near Russia, another poor country. Goch Mazov Gamlet, na Russia. Harun Ahmed Mohammed, na African from Sudan. Hassan Hussein Abdel Rahman Mohammed, this na African from Darfur, Sudan. And Joseph Kony, right? Sorry. Joseph Kony. So you find out, say, 95% of the people them, where they don't indict, where they at large, they are all Africans. All right. So now we go to the cases where they don't get. Now 31. Out of, I'm not going to read all. I'm not going to read. I just discuss so that when I go see. When I see 31 cases, African. This Almadi. Let me see whose country. I want for make sure say I know whose side this come out. It looked like an Arab, but then found and guilty and sentenced him for 9 years. Yeah. So let me see. I don't want to read all, so let me just pass. And you get one Arab and African. Would they go throughout about 95%. The investigation, then get 17 investigation way then they can do, and then get three preliminary um examination. Three. Well, let me come to the three preliminary examination. Wait and say then gets probably Colombia, Guinea, Nigeria, Ghana, Nigeria, Honduras, Republic of Korea. All right. What's not they try for talk now?
Sierra Leone is not there though on the list.
No, Sierra Leone is not there. Yeah, Sierra Leone is not there.
And just
But the
just
point,
a point of yeah, just something quick. You mentioned Russia, and except otherwise, I'm not sure if Georgia is part of Russia. And nowadays,
no,
Russia, I know in the past, but
uh,
Russia and Ukraine are not even member of the ICC. So ICC
yeah,
has no jurisdiction over them. They want to, but they couldn't because Russia and Ukraine are not even members of the ICC.
yeah.
Yeah,
Russia, no, well, not Russia no more. Israel
yeah.
is not, Israel is not
Um,
part. America is not.
America,
Russia
yeah,
is not part, and a whole host of other countries them. But guess what?
yeah,
Guess what? Now, them people here, especially the big five, now the UN, now then force the small countries them, like Sierra Leone and or Africa and other countries them, for sign this treaty for the international community. And then we actually implement this. None of them,
they don't do
none of them were a signatory. You see the stupidity of Africa. Somebody go make a law. He said this is not a very good law. You can sign them, but he not sign them. He not sign them. So this now the reason that one the way when people there will be understand them, they talk about same. The ICC is just an extension of the tools where then colonial masters are there, then they use for suppress places like Africa. It is clear. Well, the question now is, what did Africa supposed to do? Africa supposed to create an international tribunal or a court
their
for
own.
for Africa. It gets more legitimacy than this tool where the big guys them, then they commit atrocities them, they indict them. Now only the small guys them, because the ICC, what me can understand one of the tactics for creating the ICC, you know, places like Africa, so people they don't begin aware, you know. Now certain leaders the way that they come, some of them then they fight back. The exploitation, they know they take that. So how? Now the threats this way then they say. Because no country know the way problem no dey. Even here in the United States, we get problems. Also, no country know dey. So now, if you not do what they want for do, then the threat is the ICC. So for subdue that's small countries there. Why Africa not go able for make their own court for get an international judicial system where some of them major instances here or abuse, they will refer them to African courts. But no, everything is the United Nations. Go ahead. So I just want to make it clear to people that they don't know.
Yeah, I understand that, and the excuse which Americans give is that it is against their constitutional right. The Constitution doesn't work in line with the ICC statutes. And
Yeah,
the Constitution of America says if you commit a crime here, you're going to be tried here, and you're going to serve the sentence or you pay the price here. So that's against the Constitution. You not try any American to the ICC
well, I
or
believe
that kind of stuff. No. So that's
every country gets similar constitution
right.
because otherwise, enough for being done create a judicial system. Now, because
Exactly.
constitution promulgates a judicial system for say yes, indeed, this this when somebody creates or commit a crime at the country, if they go now that country the judicial system. So I don't know. I don't think it's an excuse anyway.
Yeah. Well, they are the big brothers. That's it about it. And but the thing is, I think it's voluntary though, except otherwise, because one African country has withdrawn sometimes last year. Yeah,
Huh?
I just don't remember the name, but one country, and they are going bit by bit. They are withdrawing bit by bit because it's just kind of like, as you mentioned, colonialism in its disguise. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. It's definitely it's something that I don't think it's a real deterrence tools for crimes against humanity as they're purported to be. But at the end of the day, what thing they happen? There is nothing is going to happen simply because um well just look at the ICC. Whether they support the ICC. The same five country where not be signatory to the ICC. Adam,
Yeah.
the same countries. So you find out say what thing they go on? What's actually they go on?
It's
It's
kind of ridiculous, right, Mr. Mankota? You think about this, you don't come to a conclusion. It's ridiculous.
yeah. I don't know. But
But it is fine for the opposition for having things like this because they don't want to govern themselves. They always cry for the international bodies. So to them, it's fine. They don't trust themselves. They don't trust their country. They sell themselves. We sell our country to the international world. To them, it's fine because the opposition, them, they don't want the justice in Sierra Leone. So I don't know what they're gonna do. They're gonna be. I don't know. But anyway, Mr. Mankota, September coming around the U.S. Session, 3 days U.S. session in New York. I hope to see you protesting against our president, and I'll protest against the opposition in favor of the president.
you you protest
I
against
always
the
go there. I always attend it. I
you dey
always
protest
attend the conference.
you dey protest against the
And
opposition.
of course, in
You
favor of the president.
what the
Always.
opposition do? What we do?
We're always gonna be there, and we shall gonna be there. So you're being there, and my being there is you protest against me, I protest against you. That is to say, you protest against the beliefs of the SLPP and Manabiro, and we protest against the belief and the whatever I have with the country and your understanding about
It's
the
okay.
country. So
It's part of the democratization, right? Process.
exactly, exactly.
Freedom of English, freedom of speech, all those type of things. I mean, not get
But
problem for protest.
it,
Huh?
it will be very surprising to, I mean, that was last year when Sierra Leoneans, right inside the heart of the world, in New York City, they were crossing Mami Coast. They crossed me, Mama. Yeah, they crossed my mother, young guys from Maryland. They came to the
Them,
protest here. Yes, they crossed my mama. Yeah, that's just APC.
no, I'm not thinking that
Right in
APC,
the heart of the city. They crossed
APC
my mama.
not individual. APC is to be honest with you. I know say a lot of people here now they see APC like this backward thinking, accumulative
But
institutions.
when are they going to grow? They are in America. They are in the world. When are they going to grow? What are they selling to Sierra Leoneans? Those who don't taste the sweetness of the international world. I mean, the outside of Sierra Leone. What
Well,
message are they sending?
well, the point here is, Mr. Cabo. The point here is, um, I know say you yourself know say a lot of people them waiting on social media nowadays. They came from different upbringing. Not to APC men
That's
them.
correct.
Not to APC men them at all.
They came from APC homes.
No,
From
no,
APC family homes.
no, APC not being. But look at the APC from 1996 to
Don't
2018.
don't start that. Don't start that. Tell me, look at APC from 1959. The same. That's no change. In fact, they upgrading every time. 1959.
No, no, Musa been had the talk. We not but look at from 1996 to 2018. This Mami
So
cost
it's a
us
DNA. It's a
no, not
DNA. Mr.
Because if in a DNA, Mr. Sam supposed to behave like the way other people do.
Well, it's not. It's not everybody, but majority. There are special cases like yours.
Mr. Gabo, the APC is over a million people. Okay.
Correct.
It's over a million people. How many people they're within our social media where they cause?
99% of the people they're within our social media in the cause. No, 99%.
No.
Mr. Mankos, are they over 35 WhatsApp in Sierra Leone? All created from Sierra Leone, Europe, and all over 35. 99% of them they're the cause.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't say that it's sick that the country, but any APC man will come now. Those who born in America. This morning I was listening to one who born in America was cursing. In fact, you can hear his accent. He's a citizen born and raised in America. Because of the DNA. All right. I got over 35 WhatsApp sites I joined and radios all over. I call them Riyadh. You can come on talk. All these guys I joined them. 99% of APC supporters on the site, on the internet, because money. All of them.
No, yeah. I think there is always going to be people where they try to dilute the good name of the APC party, and they tell you for free, out of a million APC, the one the way they cost not reach 500.
You might be right, but I'm just saying a platform where they cost is the WhatsApp. You can't even hold conversation with all of them. You can't ask a question the customer.
I know what did they tell me where I go agree with you. A lot of people then they actually condone some of the mamikos way they go around because then they listen and then they forward them. So that one they tell you that for say that's not the case. But for say they're all then they cause no, it's a difference between condoning something or doing something. Okay. So but and they tell you for free, we have a problem now the APC, and it's a huge problem. But I strongly believe say it's kind of like a weather. It pass. Something where it pass. When we put ourselves together, we get a very strong, effective leadership now the APC party. If they see some of them problems here, they dissipate very, very quickly. But right now, the problem is we not get leaders, then we actually they try for discourage some of the behaviors of people where purportedly they support APC. We not get the leaders than they eat, and that is unfortunate. And that make in the crossfire people like we so we are how them call them military. You kill somebody where you no intend for kill. Collateral, we not collateral damage. Yeah, we not collateral, you know, because we can't then at the middle for try for see how we were able for fine tune some of the bad behavior of some of we members then or we supporters them against the norm of society, the culture of society. We became the collateral casualty. Yeah.
So the problem, to answer that, Mr. Mankos, to subscribe to that is that most of the authorities in the APC they go through this rudeness with their members that put them into power, that make them what they are today through this kind of mamikos. And most of them have used this mamikos against themselves, against other members, their opponents within the APC. So if you say you talk against mamikos, they will then go put you secret na do. Now you been telling me that they law cost Samura. Now you been telling me that they law cost this. Now you been then get all the recording. So now they are tired and at stake. As a be like they have to fight the cause. They can't say let's stop this. If you say and this that then guy they are that then they don't use that. Just like we demand the leopards. Every day they get fish or whatever, they get meat. You say well, you know they get meat now they eat. So the people then are the APC, the authorities, they're not able to stand up and stop them guy they are anymore. If they mistake, then guy they return behind them, then they cost them a bad one. So this is not the problem. Now, who is going to solve the problem? We know the problem of the APC. We know the authorities has a big problem right now, but they are not happy about it. But they started it. They manifested this system, and they have these guys now. They cannot control them anymore. They can't stop them. So I don't know if you can.
Well, it's not a matter of they cannot. They are unwilling. I think that the best term that one day.
Why are
You
they
know,
unwilling, Mr. Manko? Why?
be- because some of them believe say them kind behavior it benefits them directly. You see,
Exactly. That's what I'm
and
saying.
even though it benefits the party itself, but
Yeah, but individually.
individually it benefits them, and that's not the
Exactly.
problem there. When people are willing to sacrifice the ideology of the party for individual gain, it becomes a problem. You know, when this Mamiko started, I don't talk about so many times at this platform. The first person wait and cause. The first person wait and cause. Nami in 2019, Nami na be the PRO for APC USA. So we've been try for organize a summit in Ohio. All right, it was a time when uncertainty was very very you know prevalent within the APC party. There was no effective leadership in the APC party. The chaos was so much. So the APC USA and the diaspora decided, say, okay, let we all go sit down, let we come together, and let we go sit down and try to find out what happened within the APC party. Why did we lose this election? And how we go able to mitigate the situation for the next election, this 2023. We all try to organize. Then people where been they look at the APC party, the vacuum where the APC leadership don't create, then they take advantage of that. Then they go on social media, they go mislead and manipulate and deceive people then with misinformation, disinformation. One of the people where actually been they do na Jibril Bangura where it happened for be a friend also later now. But during 1990, he was so zealous. You will see the energy panam for say, okay, I am now the defender of APC, so I am going to do something no matter what. Them guys they don't be asleep. Middle night, then they post, sunset, then they post. If people like say they're not being get job again, you understand? So at one time, we try for encourage people there because the discouragement was very, very too much within the membership because of the loss of the election. Imagine when he lost election, and some people that will be did not just for the power, so then go try for back out, all them thing and they, So we'll be the try for encourage people that so that them go attend the summit. He can put one information where he say the SLPP don't arrange for go attack the summit. That one day, that information there is scattered all over social media. So I sit down as a PRO. I say, okay, this is not right. Maybe this guy thinks say now the SLPP is try for attack, but technically speaking, it is sabotage this summit because we then say people don't plan for go attack a summit. Whether anybody will civilize, will one piece, you know we're going to that summit day. You know what? So I come out, I say, Jubil, this is wrong. So I tell members, I pull out an audio. I tell members, then say, well, I tell members then say, when I forget about waiting Jibril they talk, so not also it be. The summit is going to be peaceful. The SMPP, they not say they live in a country where not a civilized country. You know, they just go to somebody in occasion, you go attack people them where you not invite you. I say that's not a thing we get for take place. Wow. Why I for say so? That one day, it begin cost me, and you know how they cost me, according to me brother, because my brother been in a my brother in a salon, he been going at the headquarters. Well, it can happen for BC. It's a man quarter. You know, it can happen for BC instead of man quarter. It is na the way they call the way they cost me mama. Na the office the APC office na Freetown. When them they talk about me, why me for what them call this? Why me not this? Now we not give chance to the SLPP. He called me, tell me say, hey, now this is going. I say no worry about them. I say no worry. You understand? When we didn't at the summit, my brother, I tell the APC some of the folks that will sit down because I've been they see then they play the audios of Adebayo, Jibril Bangola, and the other folks them way the cause. Then they play their audios then they. I tell them, I say this is a mistake. I say we get a lot of problem at the APC party. The last thing we need as a party right now is for encourage some of them to again, it cause problem. They don't agree. So you see, yeah, go ahead. No, you mute.
For kill you, for cost you, mama. Excuse me. Who's why you take?
Well, then they cost me, mama.
Why I'm asking this. This is the argument online. The most important topic for the opposition online. In favor or trying to authenticate to get money cost. These are the questions they ask. So these are the questions they ask.
Unfortunately, we have to do more, not only as APC members, but also as citizens of Sierra Leone. And I'm talking about this. I'm talking about this to not only to the APC, but to Unawin at the SLPP side also, for saying we have a responsibility as citizens. Anything where they bring complete disunity in the country, let we all work very hard for discourage them. And Madabio, it gets a problem too, because this type of division at the country is just too much. And the president, yeah, some sort of responsibility. I'm not saying 100% I be a responsibility, but as a president, it be a responsibility again, because yeah, I'm not saying we get problem at the APC. I know that. But the government for understanding, they are not ruling the SLPP. They rule Salon. Now lead the county. If you lead the county, it means whether you na APC, SLPP, NGC, or any political party, you therefore accord the responsibility and rights of them people then they equally. You understand? So the first instance where Madabio make mistake, now that then call a transitional investigation, whatever. Then get a name. All right. I did the first mistake then. When they don't do that snap investigation then, they don't need to go sit on na public radio, begin to chastise the outgoing government. It was uncalled for. When they say that they do the commission of inquiry, me, I be support the commission of inquiry. I support it. Irrespective of what somebody say. I've been supporting because until we get for sacrifice with ideology, with political ideology, and try for whole people them accountable for the corruption where they go on a salon, where they destroy the accounts with them. It doesn't matter whether you're in APC or SLPP. They continue the change. It doesn't matter whether they're in power. But as time they go on, I begin to see some kind of limitation. First of all, if you say you they make investigation, you just limit them within the opposition, the tenure of office, then automatically, even if they do them with the best intention, automatically people then go think say this is politically motivated investigation. That was another problem. And now the APC party, the one that were actually involved in some of them problems here, criminal investigation here, then take advantage of that and hype them up. Everybody become angry. So the SLPP, first of all, when they don't do that first investigation, sit down, let them discuss and within themselves. If then they bring can at the public self, then get for minimize the way when they talk for Bianca so that they create more division. They did not do that. So that's the reason this one I say Madabio is also held responsible for some of the
division. Okay. Mr. Mankota, how does that actually relate to division of the country? And besides, tell me exactly after the preliminary investigation, which you are talking about, by probably the minister, the chief minister, was it the paper he read or the information? Because I didn't follow that. Yeah. Now, tell me something that is acute or bad against the APC at that point in time. Because remember, these are public servants, and whatever they see, they bring it out. Mm-hmm. You understand? Yeah. And if they say it out, if you're not involved, you're not. But again, almost all of them are involved in that. And besides saying that you shouldn't investigate just the previous government, you have to go back. It's not in place. When Maradio came to power, he put it clearly. He put and clearly see it is safety commission of inquiry. And he's going to go to his predecessors and the immediate government after him. Yeah. When he leaves, the government coming also is going to investigate its own people. But I hear the controversy. Some people say, why they investigate the previous government? What about his own people? Why is he going to investigate them? When APC in any point in time comes now in power, any other political party, what are they going to do? They're going to continue. They already set the foundation for them. That's what Madabio was very plain and very clear about. I'm going to send the foundation, the pace. And I'll start from an Roman government. And when I leave, whoever comes, investigate me. Just go on from where I start and investigate me. So you can't investigate yourself. And even now, when we have committees, Madabio sets for himself, through his government, you guys don't believe them. How much more now if he investigates himself? How are you going to go believe that? Are you going to believe when he investigates his ministers or his government? No, you're not going to believe that. So this is where it is. So when he comes, you guys investigate him. When you guys come. So, but I don't see a problem. If people are thieves and you mention it, I don't see a problem. Okay. Right? So that's in fact one of the ways for them to cut it off, to stop doing those things. That's all about it. Yeah.
Well, let me show you the problem right there. One of the biggest problems with the SLPP make a lot of people there then begin find out for say there is going to be a division of the country. You understand? Then come out, the SLPP then come out, then say when they then look at the COFA is empty, nothing no did. Absolutely nothing no did. You understand? Then all right, maybe I can put you off for after I don't talk, you can come on. Okay. Then tell me say if you don't talk, just tell me that I put you in. Okay. Yeah. Then tell me say nothing no did at the COFA. The COFA is empty. Let's say you've been to see the na the TV with them, you understand?
They follow all, yeah.
Then few weeks later, what did them do? Then come and hype up the salaries of the ministers then. And not only that one day, they add then divide other ministries then where now be one ministry, then divide them into two, then begin, add more government officials. You remember, you've been there at that time now. Where maybe they talk, they say, maybe they say, I don't think say this is not the best way. Where I've been the same. Now bio bio bioeconomics, bioeconomics. Yeah,
Bioeconomics.
yeah. So because if you say nothing other than the country, you chastise the predecessor. Say them don't take them, don't thief the money, nothing other than the economy. Waiting a same person, they think, well, yes, I believe in national ordinary economy. So this guy they come, it is time for cut down expenditure so that it will able make things better for the country because nothing other. You spend what you get, they spend what you not get. But it can't enlarge the economy. It bloated the salaries of the um the government officials them. Now there's people then begin to realize, oh, this man I like they like. It just they try for chastise them people there. You see the point where they try for talk to him.
Yeah, I understand Mr. Mankota, but this is what I'm saying. That is his own administration. He want to put how many people he want to put. That doesn't mean that if nothing is if he find out that the APC or the Alex Kromai administration embezzle or rip the people of Sierra Leone, that don't mean say enough for Tokam. And that don't mean say because they do enough for add enough for open new avenues for employment or create facilities that will
Yeah,
mobilize
yeah.
the country.
But
That don't mean that.
who's how you
You
pull the
understand
money?
that? Well, that's the question. This is a president who is always ready to work, who has his plans from America, from Africa there to America. Even when he was in the university, he already got his loopholes. He said he's going to block all the leakages. Okay, not getting money in the coffers does not mean that monies were not flowing. If you block that leakage, the money coming in, they're going to stay there. So those already taken were taken by being taken. Okay, he already know what he's doing. So that doesn't mean that that's a division of the country or cutting the country to divide. You know what is division of the country? Is to tell people Mende are an tyranny against Mende. And they are not even the tyranny saying that. This is what we call division of people. Tyranny against Mende. Since we were born, this is what we've been hearing. But we find out that in my own studies, in my own research, I find out that these words don't come from even the Timinids. Timini against Mende. It's not even a word that is initiated by Timinids and not common in the Timini people. You understand? It is used as a shield by the APC government, a shield by the APC government. Why, ever since you born in Syria, do you ever hear they say Mende against Limba, Mende against Loco? Why Timini? That's the big question I want the APC to answer me. And I found out that 99% of these people who are in the website, who are propagating this war, this division, are not even Timini people. You understand? People like Riyadh, people like Come on Top, people like Evangelist Sansi, people like this guy, I call him Quetta, people like Cashbox, people like Fona in Maryland. All these guys, none of them is a team. They are the people who propagate this. Now, what they do now, they try to coin out to take away the tyranny because I believe I have argued a lot of that on the WhatsApp. I have sent a lot of videos and audios on that. Now, what they are doing now, they said the north against the south, the northwest against southwest. I mean southeast. So they're trying to refine their system. The northwest against the southeast. This is not about it. So who are the people using? This is what we call division. It's not somebody who catch a thief. It's division. To catch a thief is to make sure that you stop a situation that is not right for the people. That's eating the economy of the people. That's not division of the nation. Those words, those implementary words, words like if you don't be Mende, you know they get a job. If you don't be so, you know they get a job. Timilman self, you know they get economy. That is what is division of the country. Holding the thief is not a division of a country.
Well, yeah. I would disagree for agree. Because that's not the main culture of this what I call. But Madabio is also gets some kind of responsibility. He make a lot of
I
mistakes.
understand as a president, definitely.
he make a lot of mistake on first time, and he exacerbates the problem, and that's a reality. It really exacerbates the problem. I hope say this in second term he go able for minimize, because I see this time around he actually appoints a lot of northerners. I don't want to be regionalistic. He appoints a lot of northerners. I want for make he appoint people we qualify, because you can appoint anybody. It doesn't matter which other person they come out. If you're not qualified, the result is going to be the same, disastrous. Okay, but in any case, I hope say in second term he will able to do a better job for try for extricate himself from the conundrum where he puts himself now in first term. And people like the chief minister, the former chief minister, I mean, also responsible, then come with a vengeance, you know. And I don't know why, but then come with a vengeance. And the country is too small. The entire population of the country is half less than one city in China. So you see, now like one city in China. So we're too small, and we get a very high IQ for make Salon a better country. Me, let somebody talk anyhow you want for talk, but the main purpose of being in politics for make I see how this country will able to develop, not only for we, this generation, for the generation yet unborn, so that we all were able to leave a legacy, just like the United States of America, when they left a legacy, and um, we were then at the diaspora. We stand a better chance for help develop that country. But the kind of politics we would they play is becoming very, very dangerous for Salon. The reason why it's much more dangerous because people are looking up to us. We brothers and sisters are waiting at Salon. Abu, I think it just come out Salon recently, right?
Huh? Go ahead.
It just come out Salon recently, right? You know, it's
Yeah,
come out, right?
not too recent, but yeah, last year, late last year. Yeah.
Late last year. When you go there, the welcome way they get from young people them and the people them around the young people them and the people that around young people and people them, you know, it's that level of you know, you village, you go to town, you see say you get a high respect from them people, then you notice so.
Correct.
Then with that kind status where you get, if you want to do bad, it's easy for manipulate you people them, tell them what because then depend on you, then they listen to you. So the last thing we then at the diaspora need for do is manipulate who young people them for do bad or for confuse. Because for example, this letter we come also. If you go to Salon today, 90% or 95% of the people that we actually get this letter, they believe say Madabi is going to be indicted to the Hague. They don't get that.
And they believe up till now, even when people have explained it, it's too late. That's what they believe. They believe up till now. And until the last day. Oh, they are waiting for September. They're sitting down waiting for September to see. They said it's not going to be there by September because by September they're going to catch him. Yeah.
There was an audio where been go around yesterday, from yesterday afternoon up to William, where people that sent to me for find out waiting at the video. Okay. This somebody somewhere go do an artificial intelligence generated audio from text to audio. Then he talked a lot about Sierra Leone. He talked about the Kush. He talked about Madabio. Then he pump on social media. Immediately when he pump on social media, a lot of people then begin to take they you okay. I they see like say you oh okay, you are good. Yeah, people then believe automatically for say that audio. I don't know if you listen to the audio, if you get that audio them. Even people then way, yeah, you mute. You mute. Hold on, let me see if I go able to unmute you. No, I'm not able to unmute you. You mute yourself. Mr. Gabo, you mute yourself. You okay, you mute yourself. I think say your phone don't mute.
Yeah, Mr. Makota, give me a second. I'll be.
Okay. Yeah. So that audio they send on one of we APC internal forum. You understand? They send on APC internal forum. So I come out, I say, because I think the people that wait for them their audios and they believe say this is a real authentic audio. So I come, I say, no, this na AI generated audio, not a real audio. Well, very interesting. You know, waiting at the response. It's about the message and the audio. It's not much about the audio. Well, they say Connaught Hospital don't full up. The dead body them. Where according to what the audio say, Connaught Hospital don't full up the dead body them. Now then they push the dead body them because of the Kush issue. To be honest, as we all know, Kush na something where I don't talk about 3 weeks ago now, yeah? 2 weeks ago. You know, because na a national emergency. This drug, Madabio in government need for take a handle of this drug. If not, we people them, we young one them, we get for can take over that country then. They had been destroyed by this synthetic drug. So we need for hold Madabio accountable for that. Because you know, the president, it take an oath for protect lives and properties. And our lives or the lives of our people are being destroyed. Why they take responsibility? But at the end of the day, the audio is fake. And that's what I was trying to say. That yeah, the audio is fake. Some of the things that we talk in the audio, they're real. For example, the Kush for saying a big problem, they're real. So this now the situation where we find ourselves as a nation. We get responsibility, ladies and gentlemen, especially you where they watch me waiting at the diaspora. We get responsibility. This too much partisan bickering, they help with country. In the TPN forum, the WhatsApp forum for this program, me then in fact not to TPN no more. Me everywhere that they bang me under, then they bang me under because I think Semina one of the few people them way courageous enough for stand up and try for look at the interests of the country. Everybody else is about me own party. It doesn't matter. They don't accuse me, they don't attack me, they don't insult me, they don't do everything. But at the end of the day, they still they do what they are supposed to do as a citizen of Sierra Leone. So you see, it is very, very important. Yeah, it is very important for we within the diaspora for make we behave in a normal way, in a more patriotic way, because people are looking up to us. So if now we are the people the way they send audios, manipulative audios for confuse them, then we are not better than anybody in that country. That's nothing I want for say. Mr. Kabu, I want for you read your last word.
Yeah, Mr. Marcos, that's the right thing you say. We, the people in America, we play one of the greatest roles because when I see his families in Sierra Leone today, I believe in every 1,000 family now in Sierra Leone, maybe like 200 people, they must get about 200 families out of 1,000, they get people in America or abroad or out of Sierra Leone.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
understand, right? Where they go,
Yeah.
and then people then they rely on us. Why? Because we can put $100 we give them. And you know how our people from our time or from their own time, how they believe about the Western world, how they feel we live here as angels, and anything we do here is right, and we
Yeah.
live, we enjoy, and we can tell it. Even if you are not, before, only educated people that they travel na England, only, and he sell the family plot or the land for go school, for go land, for go be a lawyer or come to America in those days. Those people are different now. Here there are people who cannot even read and write in America here. You understand, right? Who came from Sierra Leone. You understand? And there are people who are even fifth graders. Some don't complete school. They can only read. They cannot even understand a contextual writing like that letter. When they read that, they don't understand what it meant. And these are the people who our people there in Africa think that when they come here, what they don't get there, especially the education, the brains they don't get there. They just feel that it's easy. I see come here, it's heavy. Your brain open. You know everything. You are educated. And these people, they have a big stake in the country because they speak to one person and say, oh, Madam is a killer. Oh, and Escoma is a thief. That one, when she pick up, it is accurate to the whole family. That one pick us. I say, if that my brother, and I'll tell you from London, they speak kind of so that they take it that way. So, I mean, and they give the wrong information. In fact, me in Sierra Leone, I have my family there. I never even tell somebody ever or campaign from anybody or send a message say you have to vote for APC or you vote for SLP because being in America, I'm practical. Those people are grown up. They can feel, they can understand. Let them use their initiative and vote who they try to vote. Mr. Mancos, from where in America they vote for. You don't meet somebody tell us to go vote for Democrats. No,
No.
we don't do that. We don't do that. So the same thing I do. I don't even talk about it. All this you hear me, Billy here, I don't even discuss our family over here. The only thing when I go there and I'm in constituency, actually some guys can tap on me. They try to tell me this guy, good, one puller. I
The,
tell them, I say,
the MP.
I don't know. Yeah, yeah. They tell me, say, this guy will one puller. What do you think? I say, me no answer no point. And then tell me, say, Samurai 999 with the vote. I tell them, say, he go lose election. Not go win. I tell them plain. That's all. It's not an argument. They say why? I say I just don't see him characteristically capable. I say it's very slow to me. He's not a smart guy. I tell them that's all. Other than that, that's fair because they bring the conversation. But it's up to them to vote who they vote. I don't tell them vote this, vote that. But I told them me na SLP. That's what I tell them. I say I support SLP. Period. And we never get into talk more about it or argument. It's just that they brought it to me and all about that. So that's about it.
Well, when I go to salon,
Uh-huh.
my sister, my nephews, my brothers, my uncle them, I go learn a lot because um I know they talk to them no more when it comes to politics, just like you. Then those say some of them actually then they watch this me program. They know that. But one thing where I go learn say now the north of the country, majority, them believe in Adebayo.
Of course. Yeah.
I go learn
Oh,
including
definitely.
including me young people them.
Yeah.
From where I did na salon. In fact, now my second job where I go do na salon. For just try for help me people there for so that them were able for get this mental breakdown out of their mind. Immediately when we count on the plane, we go inside the motor car. The first talk, as I would don't greet to say, the first talk we come about politics, about the voting. The voting, you know, the right to Adebayo and Samura don't tell we say, then they postpone the election. This is now one of the problems we make APC lost the election. A lot of people they don't know that.
Yes,
They are and they sit on social media, they talk with it and they supposed to. They don't get no clue. The APC party helped the APC for lost the election. And we need to go back inside for let we go find out why. Is this a sellout? To me, I believe it's not a sellout. Because 5 days to election, 5 days to election. They go tell you supporters then say the election is going to be postponed.
But it's not even 5 days, but Mr. Mankota. I think it's 3 days. I was following that.
Well, me go there. I think I go there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, 3 days to election. Now I go there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 2 days to election, actually, 2 days. Now, me people them. And we argue till we reach now us. Because we don't get this mentality.
We don't burn their ID card. They say the ID card no better. They don't burn them. They don't share them. So I don't throw it on our car. Yes.
Now morning. I get one of me cousin the way. Okay, actually not two of my cousin. We now morning, early morning, then get them radio or then get them phone for wait for Adebayo in audio. By the time when they wake up around 8-9 o'clock, they don't get the message already. When they can now, hey doctor, now this time will go on. No, I said, what I tell you? Oh, now Adebayo, now just don't talk. My brother, we have a problem. We really get it. But a lot of people don't understand that.
They know. They just don't want to talk it that. They then self cost election for less. Some of those reasons, they know that. But they're not going to talk them because if you talk and then get what they call grassroots when I the leader. Then they cost you mama tell and go dig up my graveyard.
All right, let's read a few of the messages that will come. Since we're not able to get a live feed na Facebook, so now a few messages then can no more. The first one come from Peter Dauda. He said, "Is this a new phenomenon in Sierra Leone?" I think they talk about the disinformation. Well, this has been a phenomenon for the past 5 years, maybe even more than that. So it's been going on. It's getting worse because now people are actually making it as a profession or a job.
Yep.
So it's getting worse. All right, Sierra Leoneans just like talking down their country when their party is not in power. Well, yeah, in both sides, I agree. Peter Dauda say the responsibility for the drug abuse lies equally on the buyers and sellers. Yeah. Well, that make the responsibility for make the able stop both buyers and sellers, especially on the seller side. The government able for take that responsibility. The non-governmental organizations or civil societies then go able to take the responsibility for educate the buyers, or the users, for tell them say this it destroy you. So the responsibility is on both sides, but the government need for start the initiative. Now I believe say it go able help. So Philip Bangura say this topic is really relevant, doctor. Few days ago, I was watching another sister program here from Canada where I purposely mentioned that how the president was invited. Yeah, it was very, very. Me, what they tell any of me brothers and sisters where they watch this program. That's everything you see on social media you take seriously. Because some of them are just doctored, manipulated. This letter was asking me, they attack me because they say all the time, in fact, they say me now SLPP sympathizers. All of us saw them, the letter don't turn APC versus SLPP. It's not longer about Madabi. It's about SLPP versus APC. They say me na SLPP sympathizers. That make they talk say the letter correct the way they call them. So they don't invite Madabi. And these are people who believe themselves say that na APC. Some of them reach 5 years yet where they join the APC. Now they tell me say me not to APC. So because I talk say the letter the way that they talk not correct, it fake. At the end of the day, what happen? It can't end up for me say now without talking at you. And then they come back and say, hey doctor, anyway, sorry, the attacker will attack you, so we don't can understand say what you talk probably not true. Now they move on. Then they wait to the next manipulation for camp propagator. So this is not the danger. This is the reason this way the TPN, no matter what somebody say, it's unique. The TPN is unique. Now the only channel this way, they're afraid for tell you the truth, and they try to manipulate you. And most often, like what we do, so the interactive session, we are for hearing from you too. It's very, very unique, But most of the channels, them either not lean in APC channel or not lean in SLPP channel. So always, then they talk on behalf of their party. That's not the way the TPN is, That make now we not the oldest so far. All right, Philip Bangura say, Doctor, indeed you are a patriot, and God willing, continue to bless this channel. All your programs were devoid of party, but for the sake of the country, keep it up, Doctor. Thank you very much, Philip Bangura.
Tell him to vote for you when you go for election.
Now they vote for me. Definitely. Philip now one of the people that we want me for make announce me candidacy now. I say, wait, the APC gets trouble first. Let us settle that trouble there. We still get about 3 years. We got about 3 years to go. So this year should be the year where we supposed for settle the problem. The next year we prepare. The third year we go to elections within the APC party. Hopefully, if we leaders then agree for make we unite. If you not agree, well, I don't know what's next to be done. Mr. Gabo, your last word.
Yeah. Thank you, viewers, and it's a long time actually. Sorry, I get some obstructions from one end to the other. Family man, easy. So, about what I apologize for that a little break which I had on the phone with my family. Just like we say, the country that we get at, and the lies, they help, they solve problem. I don't know where this came from. Mr. Mankota can be a new witness. This is not how, even our recent time, this is not how these things, politics within us. I'm not sure, probably because nobody pay attention, but them lie there, then too much, and then sell out for this country, for people, and they pray for make them see this country go down. This is the most critical point, Mr. Mankota. Why are Sierra Leoneans want the country to go down? Why they don't want to aid Canada the country? Why they don't want to let investors in Canada the country? Because they want to let the country suffer for 5 good years, and then when the election comes, they feel they go win. How that resonates with their behavior they are, which I believe say is not true, because they don't try, and for the past 5 years they still no win. And I look at the government and Maradio in general. I always admire him because everybody gets something a situation that way. Maradio he meant in a country where under two mates, that they meant two mates. You get the one where if you say even Maradio do anything at this world, na Sierra Leone not fine. The one when not able to do nothing, I feel say they do better. The two mates, one day where the man no leg, one day where the man leg. The one where the man no leg, he can't even kill a bird. He's not able to even provide a bird for make sauce for the man. But the one where no leg, They kill fall, he cut, he cook, he put, and the man they can say, now for that little way, now make it they make. The woman will like, you know, they will even kill a little bird for her. So, Madabio, they do extremely well in the country. Upon all these troubles, since I was born, this now the president last year, he's very, very resilient. He's very, very hardworking. And you know, they pay attention to these people. They go on, and the more they go, they work, the more God they bless them. You know, they pay attention. And the man way seems like we come now the Western world, we left, and he get a good training in the military. The military way he bring in help army or usher democracy through him, and until the time he hand over power to democratically elected government. He sustained injuries in the military, in the war to protect our people, and they sleep day and night. That man then at the bush, they fed. They wounded them day. Where he get, and then they take back to they provoke him. The scars which he has for their life, for their own life, for our own life. When golden stars, they are diamonds. They are what makes us what we are today, most of us. Otherwise, that country be for done. That man, as a military leader, they always be crying down. They don't get a single respect for it. And I mean, say, when you be president of the country, they focus you. I reach a man and they say, when no able to hit you, come on a kitchen. Yes, but that's not the way it should be done. Let's give respect to Malabio. If you do something, let's not twist them on the wrong side. People that say politics now the world, especially the majority, they say politics now it's not the next war. Mr. Michael, I know that, right? That's all man they say. They say politics not the next war. Now I did. So anything where bad you do, yeah, all over the media, they WhatsApp. So anything bad where you do now this war, according to them, you know, they affect you now, they don't, not to sin. You cost money, because you do this, you do that, you laugh, not to sin. But again, with religions, then tell we say, we get angels there where they guide me on anything we do, whole day and night, 24/7. So are they telling us that since then join politics, the angels, they know they can't do them, they know they guide them, because they say what thing they do every day, the angels then they get account of, then they write them down. So I don't understand how. So they are free. In other words, they all the years when they don't join politics, they know they account for that. They know angels. They know they need to that their side. So I have no idea. I mean, we just try to calm these guys. Then, if you get a message, a letter, you understand. It doesn't matter. You can publish it, but if you know you don't get it clear, just push it there. If you get a message where you don't understand or where you ridicule, try to go 2-3 websites and find out, or even call people. Like my daughter, when you get information of the letter, you read it or whatever. I don't know if you read it. You call right before you read it or after you read it. You call at the head. That's why we get the phones there. If you can there and alone, they propagate. They propagate. If information come out, you can call the Minister of Information. You can call the Alpha Khan. I think Alpha Khan did a very good job also. He came out explain as a presidential spokesman to the people of Sierra Leone. But yet still, they ask again because he said not to Salon no more. Now 5 people, now 5 countries. Then they write their letter. You know what they say? They tell them, madam, Alpha Khan show the other 4 letters. How you go show them? They say let Alpha Khan show the other 4 letters. So anywhere you pass them, where you put there, then triple you. Where you put there, then triple you. So they get fixed mind. So then kind of people, they're very dangerous now with society. So let's learn to be, Sierra Leonean like, and let not be like people who don't get understanding and situation, especially with their blood. They speak loud, our voice they go far. And that's normal. Thank you.
Well, first of all, it looks like you still believe, say, the campaign not doing it because you talk a lot like the campaign.
Well, and they make me party sweet. How you all do? Yeah, and it's sweet. It's good to be an SLPP because you get ideas. Good to be an SLPP. You get ideas.
Well, first of all, Madabio is not a good leader. Number one, Number two, getting done. So I want to make you take them very seriously to me. Say, Madam, you're not a good leader. For you, not a good leader. To me, not a good leader anyway. But in any case, what are the time to talk here is
Right.
like what my colleague say, we in the diaspora will get responsibility. We the people of Sierra Leone or the future of Sierra Leone lies in the diaspora, Sierra Leoneans them. If we're not able for shape the country in a way where we're able to bring peace, unity, and progress in the country, Sierra Leone is in a big trouble. So do you not say not so everybody understand? I not say the way we all they think is different. The way me they think is different from even me twin sister or me twin brother, because we are unique. Okay, let me just pull Mr. Cabo first. We are unique. Some people then join a political party because maybe let's say like the APC. People then join the APC because they're not Timini, or because the APC are not an party, or because they join the party because their mama, their brother, they're all in at the APC party. So there are always the same thing with the SLPP. Some SLPP can join the SLPP because they're na Mende or na Southeastern Party, or their brothers and sisters are all then na that party there. So there are certain differences why we join the APC party or a political party. I understand that. But I want for make we bear in mind say the purpose of joining a political party is not to impede the progress of the national progress of the country. The purpose here is the APC party or the SLPP party or any political party where you join, not just a platform for make you able for help the country. That's not in the purpose. So if you get that at the back of your mind, you go always try your level best for separate the interests of the party from the political interests of the country. And if you're able to separate them to you, then if we get a lot of people that were able to think that way, then Sierra Leone is very easy for make we able for develop. To be honest with you, I don't know, because on sometimes they talk say, well, we know in a power, now that make it talk, so we don't know how hard Salon is hard. But USA unity day, USA, that unpatriotic behavior day, because I see some people that then they write letter na the international community say they not give grants to Sierra Leone because na APC didn't have power. The same thing with the SLPP folks. Then they write letter say Sierra Leone let investors not go because Mother building a power. You see the backwardness, the hatred mind where Sierra Leoneans then get. It's very bad. They help. Any president within, it could be me tomorrow, 2028. Who knows? If they pray to God for make I not succeed, not to me, you they do. Now you people them waiting a salon, because when a president in that country, now in they determine the trajectory of the country. And if they pray for that president's day for making us succeed, you know what thing they go on? Now you people they don't know it succeed. The president always they get in payment. Nothing they cut from in benefits. Nothing. Every single month. They get that. Okay? All the benefit them where a president they get. But would that they suffer? Now the ordinary people there, your brother, your mama, your sister, your auntie, your uncle, where in a village, where na innocent people then they suffer. So it doesn't matter whether na Mother Bio if Mother Bio do bad thing, let we hold them into account and try for turn them na the right direction. Like what me they do. From Anesbai Koroma in time to Mother Bio in time. And they criticize a president or the leader in a more respectful way, and not only for criticize that leader them, but also for suggest for say this is the best way the leader is supposed to behave or is supposed to do. But Madam, you do bad with the you do good with the criticizer. You do bad with the criticizer. Eh, now who's kind of opposition this? The same thing with Anes Baikoroma during the time of Anes Baikoroma. Anes Kroma do good with the criticizer. He do bad with the criticizer because you know what? We're not like up. And this is not about whether you elect somebody or not. It's about the country. It's about 8.5 million people. Why you individual ego, they try to impede the development of 8.5 million. Why? Because you mental capacity is very, very limited. Or maybe you get enough mental capacity, you're not just not patriotic. But the more we continue for behave this way, the more that country they deprive. When the NPRC been come, a lot of people they don't even get in mind for talk about APC party. They don't even get in mind. But you know what? The country they still been go on. So a party is not just a tentative platform that helps people like we so for make we able to help the country. The motive here is the main objective here is Sierra Leone. And I want every time when they put something at that platform with in that group, that WhatsApp or Facebook group, first think, is this thing where they put na Facebook, it affect the country? If the answer is yes, please don't do it. Please don't do it. Because you are destroying your own people. The bag of rice is going to, I don't know if not to, it's 800,000. 700 and something to 800,000 now, the bag of rice. You want to tell me, say, all the SLPP them, then they buy the bag of rice for 400,000? No. You want to tell me, say, all the APC them, then they buy the bag of rice for, now they know more they buy the bag of rice for 800,000? No, everybody. Everybody they suffer. So what about we think, what would they do? You see, after the Nigeria them pass away, the Nigerians them, then they go thief from outside, then they bring inside. The Nigerians, then they go thief outside and they bring inside. But we they even what would they outside? So we they stop good things away one go to the country, and we they thief that the country they bring outside. And they sit down now, na America, na Europe, or wherever you go. You tell me say you.
Yeah, Mr. Mankota, look at this simple thing. You know, them people, you know, a lot of Sierra Leoneans, they don't fly through Sierra Leone now, go to Salou, and they pass through Guinea because there is a tax, I don't know, $25 or $50.
$25.
You know that?
Yeah.
They say they're not a fan.
And
How
besides,
they develop a country? How you want your country develop?
And besides, the tickets is also expensive.
Yeah, but that's your country. How you lure out people for tell them, say, even up to this morning, I hear those news on the media. Let them pass through Guinea without they pay tax for them, without they pay tax for them. You don't pay tax that the country they suffer, just like you say so. They contribute everywhere. Why would they in America? Mr. Mankota, anything you do, you pay tax. Anything you do, you pay tax in America. They cut your pay from your salary. They cut your pay when you go shop something. Anywhere you go, you pay tax. That's for the country. What about Sierra Leoneans? How many Sierra Leoneans first of all pay tax? Let's ask. How many people in Sierra Leone? Mr. Mankota, since you grow in Sierra Leone, say you left, they pay tax. Apart from the travel, which travel go? You pay tax. How many Sierra Leoneans are paying tax in Sierra Leone? You know, it's very pathetic.
Let me just make this quickly before we don't. Peter Dauda says, I'm always a strong supporter of SLPP, but the APC is not my enemy. That's the point why they try to talk
about. That's right. Exactly.
You never say because the other side, you know.
I like that saying though, Mr. Dauda. I like that.
You know, they buy with the way you did think, so therefore not enemy. And these are the biggest problems where they cause this division of the country. Because if now SLPP, you know, for get any kind of relationship with APC, if now SLPP president them, the APC, no APC not supposed to talk good about that SLPP president. The same thing with the APC. You know, these are some of the mentality we will get for. And to be honest with you, we'll get people then we don't use up social media to the extent that it's all about them nowadays. And until we stop that, my brother, we are in big trouble in the country. So thank you, Peter Dauda. He said, if Mada Bio, the only president of Sierra Leone, never in prison. I don't know what you mean, never in prison. Maybe if you mean for jail people then. Now that one you mean, right? All right, Ishmael Kamara say, as long as the right thing is not done during our election, we will all suffer until Mada Bio goes in exile and Cornell is in jail. I agree.
That's what the thing they talk to. That's what the thing they talk to.
It is,
That's what the thing just talk.
Yeah, that is it. And the thing I just talk so somebody can.
Yeah,
it can cut and very simple for me.
Yeah. For one man, now you want to let the country suffer all.
Yeah. Yeah, from other view. Anyway, Cornell. Ishmael Kamara also say, if we don't correct this, it will happen again. Mada stole our election, and this is wrong. Yeah, it's all about that, right? It's all about that. Anyway, I want to thank you very much for being part of this program again. Unfortunately, I need to check with Facebook. Facebook, agree for make I do a live connection. I don't know. That's a little bit weird. I don't know why, but I will check with them and see. So now this I get for now today, and we go see una back next week. The same time, the same place. And I want for make we be in mind say Sierra Leone now we get nobody know they can help we for fix them. If we know they fix them for ourselves. And how will they able to fix Sierra Leone? Let we preach unity. Okay? I thank you very much again. Goodbye.